What's up? This is the weekly rundown, a little branch off of the Meaningful Nonsense podcast. I know I told you guys I was going to be weekly, but here I am. I thought I was going to be doing one thing, and then I got started back work picked up, and I'm working nights now, so I got to do these things in the middle of the day. But anyways, I want to I'm going to vent, I'm going to pick a bone, I'm gonna hit some corners. I'm gonna spin the block. I'm gonna do a couple of things right here in my little 15 minutes that I allot myself for this segment podcast little deal. But today I want to talk about dating and becoming a fucking. I don't even know what the fuck I'm becoming. A villain, I guess. I'm starting to become a. I'm about to step out. I've been a cool dude. I've been a chill dude. I ain't never been a nice dude because I'm a little bit of an asshole, but I ain't never been, I'm not the fucked up one. I'm a little bit about myself. I work hard. I go to therapy, so my mentals is good. I'm more stable than others. I ain't gonna say I'm completely stable, but I'm more stable than others. I'm a chill dude. I'm funny. I got some of my shit together. I got my shit together. And there's some things that I'm lacking, but all around. I'm a well-rounded person. I can have deep conversations. I'm multifaceted. I could talk about politics. I could talk about um, whatever it is. I could talk. I could chit chat. I got a podcast, so obviously I could talk. But I want to talk about a little bit about how I am slowly but surely becoming a leaning towards becoming a fuck boy, and I'm gonna tell you why. In the past 2.5 years, I've dated about four girls. One I was dating for like a year. One I dated for like 5 months, 4 to 5 months, and one I dated for like a month, and then another one that was in there for like 2, 3, 4 months, somewhere in there. I don't know. I don't know the exact amounts. I am sweating, y'all. I don't know why I'm sweating. It is extremely hot right now. I don't know why. Probably because I got this hat on and I got the heat on actually in my house. But I'm gonna jump back to one of the longer relationships. One of the longer time I was dating somebody and stuff like that. We did live in separate cities, but we was making it work. I always reassured her if it was a problem for her, then we could end this before we get too serious and this, that, and the third. And I thought everything was going good, And I'm a little bit of a person who do my best to try to take care of people who I'm with. You know what I mean? And everything. I didn't used to do that before, but I learned that it's essential and stuff like that. So I was doing what I can, whatever she needed me, I was there. Blase, blase, blase. I did those things. But for me, because I work in construction, stuff slows down. So when that time that stuff starts to slow down, I reel back my spending. I don't spend as much as I would normally do. I don't, I don't just frivolously out there. Hold on a second. I don't just frivolously out there spend money on stuff. I don't do that. So in this situation, I reeled back some. She didn't like that. There was bills that came up that she asked me could I pay. I was like, you know what? It's slow time for me. I really don't feel like spending extra money because I need to make it to when season starts back up and everything. So I told her that. I think there was one day and she called me and she was like, "What are you mind up to?" Told her I was out going to go pick up some alcohol. I didn't pay for this alcohol, but I was going to pick up the alcohol because it was some alcohol that the homie. I'm wiping my face with my shorts. I don't know, whatever. I picked up the alcohol for the homie. The homie cashed out me the money. I was on the way to the little thing, and the little night we were gonna have. We were gonna hang out that night, and I was on the way to that. So he asked me to pick up some alcohol before I got there. He cashed out me the money. I went to go get it. She just so happened to call me in the middle of me going to pick up this stuff and thought that I was out here just spending money on bottles and shit like that. Cause it was like, I think I bought 3 bottles that day. So that's like $150 worth from liquor there. So after that, she was like, she said something to the effect that I should be out here paying them bill paying her bills or something like that, or whatever she said. And I was kind of like scrunched my face up, but I was just kind of like confused because I'm like, I wasn't paying no bills, but I was like helping her out whenever she needed and shit like that. She was a single mama of three. And she might watch this and know I'm talking about her, but I'm just being for real. I'm talking about my experiences. But she, to the effect of, she wanted me to pay for something. She felt like I didn't care because I was out here spending money on other shit, which I wasn't really spending money on other shit because there was some money that somebody else sent me and I went to go pick it up for them. They asked me to bring this because they had forgot to go to the grocery store themselves. And I volunteered because I was the nearest one to a liquor store. I could go get it. Went and did that. She felt like I didn't care. Long story short, we stopped talking. Cool. She's out dating other people now. I don't really know. I really don't give a fuck. I'm keeping on straight. Talked to some girls in between there and then. Slept with a couple of them in between there and then. Started talking to the next one. All right. Me and her talking. Me and her go out a couple of dates. She cool. This like, I think this is a Mexican chick. This is like the first Mexican chick I ever like really like bagged and was, actually going to go do some stuff with and stuff like that. So I thought this was cool. But different, change the scenery. Me and her was talking for like 4 months. Probably went on like 12, 15 dates, I don't know, something like that, here and there. Cool. We were vibing, talking about maybe possibly going to the next step and everything. I was like, cool, but just next stuff of being exclusive and stuff like that. I was like, cool. I'm cool with that. We could discuss that at a later date, but not right now because we're currently intoxicated, and you don't know if what you feel right now is gonna be how you feel a little bit later. So I was cool. A week after we had that discussion, she hits me up. She's like, her her ex or baby daddy came back around and he wanted to see if they could work things out. And, she really wanted to see if this is going to work. And I laughed. I thought it was hilarious because we had a conversation before that talking about our exes and stuff. And I was telling her that me and my ex are done. That's not coming back. And she's told me the same thing. Now, I'm telling y'all this story. This part of this whole shit repeats itself. So she goes back to her ex. Cool. We don't talk for a while. We don't talk at all. In between there, I'm dating other people, but these are not nothing serious. It's just like flings here and there. I was talking to this person. I might do this with them and might do this with them and everything. And I keep it pushing. Next person I started messing with. I think me and her talk to each other. We're talking to each other, dating each other for about 4 or 5 months. I already had kind of established what my goal was as far as what me talking to her and everything. And I told her, this is what I was kind of going for. I made little jokes about, changing the last name. It's this, that, and the third, right? We went out a few times. We had the same conversation. And I'm going to be for real. All four of these females I'm talking about, and probably some of the girls that I was messing with in between those situations, are all probably going to see this because all of them follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and whatever other thing I got. They all follow me, so they probably going to see this. And y'all can't say, you can hop down in the comments. And say this is not true. Y'all be a lie. I got receipts. What happened? We talking. It's all cool. There were some things that were going on that I really didn't like. There was a lot of, leaving me out in the cold type shit. But I was fucking with her heavy. Not, I'm not gonna say I believe in love at first sight, but I just knew from the time I was spending with her, I was like, yo, I'm gonna try to wrap this up for real. I don't want to be even out here. I'm vibing with her. I like her whole business mentality and kind of stuff because that she's kind of want to be in the same. Some of the stuff she was doing is kind of in the same realm, and I could kind of lend her my skills and stuff like that, and that was cool and all. So I was like, I already knew I was gonna. Me and her was gone. I was gonna try to get her. So fast forward, there were some things that were happening. Like, she has a tendency to kind of like disappear and phone connection wise. And I was just kind of always strike everything up to, she's a busy woman. She got kids, and then she got her own little thing that she be doing and stuff like that. And I always struck it up to, I always struck it up to she's busy. So I was just trying to be understanding, stuff like that. And I was doing that. I was being that. I was being understanding and stuff like that. But sometimes that stuff kept happening. I was like, hey, we need to have a talk and stuff like that. And that stuff got dodged, but I just kind of blew it off. You know what I mean? But those things that I did, are my fault. But I let it happen. And then I thought I was kind of building up something because she was asking me to do stuff for us. Like she has this little house little situation things, and she had asked me to go do something for her, and I thought like, oh shit, I'm building some trust with her. I'm building some type of equity with her and shit like that. And now I will say at an earlier date we had this conversation about our ex. We had this conversation in a Ruth Chris. I remember this shit, and we talked about how we don't really talk to our exes, or we're not really going back to our exes and stuff like that. So I not always believe people, for to an extent. So I'm thinking, I ain't gotta worry about nobody ex. Whew, dodge that bullet. I'm sorry, I'm fucking sweating. It is unnecessarily hot in this room right now today. But anyways, fast forward, there was a situation where she like went somewhere out of town. I didn't want to bother her. I really didn't talk to her then, stuff like that. And, I was confused at the time because although she had told me like she'll let me know if she didn't want to really mess with me and stuff like that, she said she'll be honest with me and stuff like that, and I was like, cool, I appreciate that. But if you are the person, but if I'm a person who is talking to a person and that person goes like no contact for like 2-3 days, one, I don't know if you really like me like that, because anybody who likes somebody not going no contact for like 2-3 days, damn near a week sometimes, shit like that. And I ain't really like that stuff. But I never spoke up about it, which I should have did. But, you live and you learn. And, kind of fast forward past that situation, there was another situation. I think she was sick or something. And she was like, no contact for a week or something like that. I always kind of put out there, if you need anything, soup, whatever, whatnot. Whatnot, just let me know. And sidebar, I think it's hilarious a little bit that with all these women I'm going to talk about today, how easily and comfortable they are for having and I'm not saying all these females had their hand out, but they're willing to accept something that they do not pay for. They're willing to accept that, but then when it's like something else, it's always they're uncomfortable with that. Like, for example, the first chick, she was always down to come to the house and stuff like that and stay and stuff. But at that time, I wasn't in the position where that could happen. So, and then that didn't happen. And then fast forward, the second chick, she never came over here, but she was always like hesitant on hanging out at each other's places and stuff like that. So that didn't work. And then the third chick, the one I'm talking about now, and I just need to stop calling them chicks. Third woman I'm talking about now, that is the one before my most recent one. I think I used to ask her, like, how comfortable you have to be, because I was like, I cook for you and shit like that, whatever, we could kick it and stuff like that. And I'm not, and let it be known, the last two girls I had sex with, and the little girls I had in between them I had sex with, and stuff like that. Because that was kind of like my objective, if I wasn't going to get this, we going to have sex. But with this one, I didn't even, that wasn't at the forefront of my mind, because I liked her a lot. I was vibing with her heavy. And I think that was a situation where I liked her more than she liked me and stuff like that. But I fucked with her heavy. And I really kind of like, nigga, I'm trying to bag you. Whatever it is, whatever it take, I'm trying to take you off the market forever. Like, whatever, you know what I mean? That's how I felt about her. Like, almost immediately, because niggas, like, my guys out there know, it doesn't take us long to know who we want to vibe with and stuff like that. But, and that stuff makes us ignore a lot of things that we wouldn't necessarily accept in a person because we be fucking with that person so much. We feel that so heavily. We feel about that person so heavy that we miss there's some red flags and we don't really mention them, and there's some that I didn't like, and I mostly the like kind of like disappearing, don't no contact stuff, because I live by that rule. If she ain't fucking you, she fucking somebody else, kind of deal. Just be real. But I wasn't pressuring putting that on the table because I wanted to do that shit the right way. I want that shit to happen naturally. I didn't want it to be something that I kind of like kept putting myself out there to try to do. So I was trying to move at a slow pace because I wanted this shit to work. Now, me thinking about, one baby daddy that she has, you know, I'm not I'm not drop names. Yeah, I'm not gonna drop names. They will know that I'm talking about them in particular to the situation, but you guys won't know who these people are and all the other stuff. But I was thinking about that whole situation, like one baby daddy here, one baby daddy there, one baby daddy married, other dude don't even live in the state. So the ex that she told me about, she told me that she wasn't really vibing with him anyway. So I'm thinking, like, damn, you gonna go back to that dude? Whatever, t-shirts on, whatever. Although I have a theory about who her ex might be, because some people told me some stuff, and I was just like, damn, you actually know that person? You know her too? So, but anyways, I digress. Fast forward, she does this whole like no contact thing again, and she comes back, and I'm just being consistent because I'm a consistent. I'm consistent. I'm gonna make sure you are all right. I'm gonna hit you up with a text every day and stuff like that. We ain't gotta have a long ass conversation. I'm just acknowledging that I think about you, and here's my little text to let you know that I am thinking about you. I'm a consistent motherfucker, and I've been working on being consistent with people because I'm not that great at it, but that's what I was doing. And that was what I was doing for the previous women too. Being consistent, constantly showing up, and stuff like that. Because I wasn't always great at that. Fast forward, she does this little thing. She doesn't talk to me this is after a date. So me going to therapy, I have established that I used to compartmentalize a lot of things so much to the point where I just compartmentalize my feelings, and I didn't really experience them. But since I've been going to therapy, those things have come out. This is a situation that was really fucking low for me, like really fucking low, because we went out on a date. I thought the date was cool. We were talking about, I told her I wanted to buy her a whole little fit and shit. And the reason I wanted to do that, because I was gonna buy this whole little fit, take her on a really, really nice date, and just be like, hey, I kind of want to be exclusive with you and stuff like that. Kind of just present it like, yo, this is what I want to do for you because this is how I feel about you at this moment in time. So I kind of was going to do this whole gesture like, hey, I fucks with you heavy. I want to take you somewhere and do something nice with you instead of kind of what we've been doing, something not the norm, and take you somewhere and us go have a good time, good dinner, and a good, eventful night. And I just kind of asked you, hey, I want to go ahead and be exclusive with you and shit like that. That happened one day. The following day, I hear something. We talk a little bit, and then the day after that, I know she had told me she was doing some things. I don't hear from her at all for like I can actually see. Because I got my little receipts and shit, right? I'm gonna go back in my phone and see. So I don't hear nothing from her so let me see. I'm gonna scroll back because this was not that long ago. So I last talked to her on October 24th, right? This is after our date and stuff like that. We have a little chit chat in between. She told me she was gonna be doing something. I don't hear back from her. I think I last talked to her October 21st. I don't hear from her again until October 30th, right? And when I hear from her on October 30th, she tells me about, her ex hit her up and they're gonna try to date to see if everything works out and shit like that. Whole time I'm thinking like, bro, you just told me like a little bit ago you and your ex is done. You hadn't talked to him and stuff like that. And this shit kind of played back into my head, bro, because it was like I started to think like, bro, nah, this confirms she wasn't really fucking with me and shit like that because like you'll go vanish on me, but then I'll see you like on social media, like hanging with friends and shit like that and stuff like that. But then I'll be sitting here asking kind of to do stuff, and I have to work around this like weird ass schedule and shit like this. But everybody else had access to you, so you not. I don't know if you fucking with me like that. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like the whole time, kind of like thinking like, bro, am I setting myself up? I kind of talked about this, got some advice and stuff like that. My pops and shit like that, and I was kind of like, okay, let it play out. Just be a patient dude, cause I'm a patient dude and stuff like that. I'm fucking sweating. But the whole time when this shit happened, I'm like, bro, you really done. You actually didn't really fuck with me. At least that's what I'm thinking, because nobody wants to communicate. I hate the fact like nowadays when I get on these apps and shit like that, and I talk to these women, they talk about communication is key. They want to communicate and shit like that. They think that is super important and all that stuff. But they are fucking horrible at that shit. Y'all are horrible. Y'all are weak as shit at fucking communicating. It's always cokes and daggers and shit like that for y'all. It's never the full frontal. Like, be fucking for real. Like, y'all horrible at communication. But I digress. So that happened. She's talking about her ex and them want to talk. I'm fucking furious. Boy, I'm talking about I can boil fucking water off my head. I'm so mad right now. I'm pissed because I was told one thing and that wasn't what it was. And then the way the kind of like the conversation was and the thing, I don't even think she knew that I was trying to do this, and I don't think she was trying to do this. I guess I like just somebody she was hanging out with. I don't know. It was like I don't know and shit like that. But that shit pissed me all the way off, and I was just kind of like I just went into autopilot because we had a few texts back and forth. I went to autopilot. Some of my I had a little slip here and there, and I throw a little jab out there. But I was like, you know what? For the most part, whatever, bro. This shit gonna hurt. Now, I will say the previous situations before, although I didn't necessarily, uh, although I didn't necessarily, um, acknowledge my feelings in those situations. When I went to therapy, the feelings for those situations came and I felt them and I was in the moment with those and I was like, that shit, those situations hurt me too. So this is 3. I got 1 that was on some money shit and I didn't think that I was supporting her enough. And we were talking for like a year and a half, somewhere in there. And she dissolved that shit. The other chick went back to her ex. The other chick, this chick that I'm currently talking about, started back dating her ex and stuff like that. Now we move forward. In between that time, I don't really fucking talk to nobody because this last one kind of scarred the fuck out of me. Because now I'm like, bro, this is something I thought I was doing. The shit I was doing, bro. I was just kind of it embarrassed the fuck out of me because I was like, you can't do nice shit for these fucking females, bro. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna just stick you. They're just gonna, the past niggas in their life just got so much of a grasp on them. They'll jump off jail, jump ship, and go back. But then they be wanting you to do all these things for them. But it's like, why would I want to be doing all these things for you if you you could get a wild hair up the ass and you could go fucking split. And then I'm sitting here like, bro, I'm out this, I'm out that, I'm out this, I'm out that, and and stuff like that. So that shit, and I'm gonna say this from those past situations and the little situations, little things I was doing in between, like those relationships, then fucking around with females in between till I got somebody I fucking like, and then went into that kind of thing trying to build a relationship, and that shit ended, and then I'm fucking with little females in between, and then I go to another one I'm thinking about to make a relationship, and then that shit also fails, and now I'm out here fucking with little bitches in between. This is why I believe fuck niggas ain't born, they are made through time, because little by little, like, I'm starting to be more like, man, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. You fucking or not. That's how I kind of being like that now. I'm starting to be more brash and shit. Like, the whole charm that I used to have, bro, that shit dying, bro. That shit getting beat because these fucking females get hurt my goddamn feelings, bro. And I'm trying to be resilient because I don't want to become a fuck nigga, because I ain't the type niggas to be running around here. I'm not the type of dude who run around here just 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 sticking my Johnson everywhere. You know what I mean? But little by little, I lose a little bit of the patience. I lose a little bit of the understanding. I lose a little bit of the like actually just want to be committed to somebody. That shit is going. That part of me is going fast. I'm starting to not want to really uh, mess around with these women. Like kind of just want to more like just be fuck nigga. I just want to go around here and be fucking on shit, knocking hoes down and stuff like that. Cause I know I can do that. But it ain't in me. You know what I mean? I don't have that mentality and stuff like that. But those three situations are little by little. I'm like Anakin Skywalker. I'm easily currently moving towards the dark side because like these females keep hurt my goddamn feelings. You know what I mean? Like little by little, I'm getting my feelings hurt. 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 And I'm just kind of like taking it on the chin. But bro, everybody that's got a chin, what is it? A granite chin. At one point, that chin you get hit enough time in it, it start to chip. You start chipping away. You start not feeling the same way and stuff like that about those situations no more. But I'm optimistic. Next chick. This is the shortest one. I think we probably talked about a month. I take her out. We done had these conversations. We get a little frisky, whatever, whatnot. Cool, whatever. She called me one day. I'm on my way to work to vent to me about some shit about her and her baby daddy. And at that point, this is where the fuck nigga come out of me though. Just like I don't want to hear these fucking talk. I don't want to talk to you about your boyfriend. I don't want to talk to you about that shit no more and everything. I'm hearing her talking. I'm like, and I said a couple of things here and there, but I guess that shit rubbed her the wrong way or whatever, whatnot. But it happened, and what happened? So I guess she didn't think something about something. And she stopped fucking. She was like, she's gonna stop talking. She hit me up like, we're gonna stop talking. I was like, what? And then she explained why. I was like, bro, I didn't even do any of that shit, but whatever, fuck it. All right, cool. I don't talk to her. I don't say nothing to her. I said a little bit something like I missed her and stuff like that because she was cool as fuck. I fuck with her heavy and everything. But, this whole time that she stopped talking to me, she's posting like she posting like on her Instagram and shit like that. And I can see all this stuff on her Instagram shit. So today I'm out kicking with the homie for a little bit. We out towards the Bay Area. I don't know exactly where we were because I don't really come out that way. This is a place he took me. We thought about going get something to eat. And while we were on our way to get something to eat, I'm walking down the street. Walking in the area, little shopping mall area, whatever the fuck it was. And I look over, and it's her, right? And my brain went back to her text, like, I'm not ready to date. I'm not ready to date and blah, 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 and this, that, and the third. And she talking about she's not ready to date and stuff like that. And like, she's not ready to be loved the way she wanted to be and stuff like that. And I'm hearing all this shit. And I'm like, okay, cool. I see her. She all hugged up with some other. So I'm like, bruh, what the fuck? Because now I'm like, bitch, you was out here lying, bro. You could have just told me that you wasn't really messing with me. That's cool and all. We could have boxed this up and shipped it away. I've been all right, cool. But, bro, to tell me that, the stuff what she was telling me in the text, and then I go out and I see you out there with another dude, now to me, you look like you just a liar, bro. And I look at these 4 different situations and little situations that happen in between with the other little females that I'm messing with, but I'm just talking about who had a little bit of substantial amount of time with me. Like I'm looking at these females, I'm like, bro, y'all, like, stay the fuck away from me, bro. If you come to me, if you meet me and if you're not over your ex, or you ain't in the mentality to fucking be dating right now, you not trying to build nothing, move the fuck away from me, bro, because that's not what I'm on. I'm gonna be fucking honest. I'm out here trying to fall in love. I'm trying to build a fucking family, build some type of legacy for my kids and shit, and all that other stuff. I'm not out here to be playing. I'm not even the nigga that's trying to that really be out here fucking on everything. But a lot of y'all, these situations that I've been finding myself in is the dudes, like I'm falling in that area. Like, yo, I just might as well just fuck and be gone because a lot of y'all ain't on shit. Y'all just out here playing. Y'all out here, y'all always think y'all have all these options and y'all got the grass is greener on the other side and stuff like that. Like, if you ain't ready to date, don't date. If you ain't over with your ex, don't date. Go back to that. Don't put me through hardship because I'm out here fucking liking you and you decide you want to hop out and play around in these streets and then like it's just weird, bro. I'm kind of just like, bro, I'm about to become a fuck. I'm either gonna become a fuck. I'm gonna be a monk. I'm about to go join some monastery out here because I can't get a lot of y'all to just be on real. Like, I like to see old girl walking down the street today with a whole other dude when you was just talking to me about, oh, this, that, and the third. I'm like, I can't believe shit you say now. I think you a fucking liar. Because I just seen you and you just, not that I really fucking care, but like, bro, y'all be out here bullshitting. Out here straight bullshitting. Or if you and your ex is still trying to figure shit out, don't be dating. Move the fuck around somewhere. Like, I don't know. Those little things is making me become like a fuck nigga. Cause just like you try to be the nigga, you try to be the dude who's going to sit out here and try to provide and stuff like that. You want to show them that you can do that stuff. You do that stuff, and they easily to accept that, but then they're not as easy to accept certain things. And I don't have like a particular thing, one thing in particular that I won't do. But I want to talk about another situation now because one of these people came back around, and I'm kind of like, nah. I'm gonna say it like this: two of these people try to keep tabs on me because they always asking. Because I hear something from other friends, is people that I know through them mutually, and then also they still text me, so they always keep checking up on me. And I asked them why y'all keep hitting up on me, like, don't y'all got a man and stuff? They're like, nah, but I do care about you, and it's this, that, and the third. And then one of them came back around. I'm setting myself up for a little bit of heartbreak because this person came back around. I was fucking with her heavy, and I damn near would do anything for her. Headache. I just fucking suck. And I'm not like a simp or no shit like that. It's just that I'm a genuinely nice person, and she didn't really do me that bad. She kind of just, but I was just mad at the situation. But I'm doing something for her, and I'm probably setting myself up to be a little bit hurt again. But maybe I should be full out Super Saiyan fuck nigga. You know what I mean? I should, but I ain't. Cause I just can't stomach it. I can't stomach it. Like I'm just not that type of person. So, but those things is like make me progressively become into that mentality of just being one of them because uses your, like the most important thing to men is our resources. That's our money and our time. So if we giving you our money and our time, and you just is very you kind of ill use it and disregard it, our gestures and stuff like that. Dudes start to feel like, at least for me, I start to feel like all these things I'm doing for you are for naught. Like it don't even matter because you gonna see somebody else. You got people in your past that you'll go back to, and there might be dudes out here who are in your ear that may do something a little bit more than I do, and you go run to them and stuff like that. So I kind of look at the game like I know what the game is. Very, very versed in it, know what it is, know what it ain't, but I also know at the same time who I am, what I'm looking for, and what I'm trying to get at when I'm out here dating and stuff. I would consider myself a rare breed because a lot of dudes out here who are mostly on how many bodies can I get, and me, I'm more like on shit. I'm trying to what body can I find to stay with? You know what I mean? I guess you could say it like that. Like I don't know, man. I will tell y'all about the other chick too. There's another chick in between there that I was talking to for like 2 months that we stopped talking, and then she just happened to be on a podcast panel, talking about her situation with me because I guess I was the most recent guy she was messing with, but she talking this little situation about me, and I popped into the chat. It was like, bitch, you're lying and stuff like that. But seeing all these things, man, and make me want to become a fut. And I'm probably gonna have to blurt out all these FNs, FNs. I gotta blurt them all out, but these situations are just so raw because they happen, and these women be out here hurting my damn feelings. But I'm good. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, you know, for what though? Why continue to be a good dude if what you out here thinking that you're perceiving out here in the world as a good dude, and you try to be good to other people, but they don't accept that as you are being a good person. They kind of just more of, I don't know. They just more use and abuse, and I don't know. I've had it up to here with some of this stuff. Dating kind of suck, bro, and I'm kind of on the bridge where I'm kind of want to be like, to hell with all this. I'm just about to go and get my needs met and keep it pushing because y'all women be hurting my little ass feelings though. I'm still trying to process them. Y'all be fucking me up though. But yeah, that stuff just insulate people like me to be FN. It like the heartbreak that we go through or whatever it is that kills a relationship for us, for whatever reason, whether it's infidelity or whatever it is, that stuff is messed up. But for when the relationships are just starting, you trying to be who you are to somebody, but they completely disregard that for bullshit. I don't know. I was a little hot when I came on here because of the situation with the other girl. Because I seen her today at walking with another dude, all hugged up and shit, going into a coffee shop. And it's funny because she didn't see me, and I was like 10 feet away from her, and it was hilarious. And I was like, and I texted her. I was like, bro, you could have said that you wasn't interested. Going around and saying all what you said just to be like outside with another. Like, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Don't need to lie. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie, Craig. But yeah, that shit took y'all they be hurting my little feelings, boy. They be hurting my little feelings. I can't even deny it. I'm just being real right now. My little feelings be getting hurt, and I need to shake back and everything. But yeah, man, this has been a weekly rundown branch of the Meaningful Nonsense podcast. This podcast is actually fucking long. I probably should call this Meaningful Nonsense, but I'm not. This has been the weekly rundown, a long formatted weekly rundown. I appreciate y'all listening. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Like, comment, subscribe. Check me out on all the podcast places available, Apple Music, Spotify, and whatever else is out there. Check me out. I give you guys more updates here when I get me a better schedule because right now I'm working. I actually work at 9 o'clock tonight, and I get off at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know. Maybe I can start doing these things in the morning when I come home from work. But I'm also trying to go to the gym during that time. But anyways, I'm out. Love, peace, and hair grease. I'm Mighty 5000. Love y'all. Have a good rest of your week. And go Birds.